All right, welcome to Podtheon, a podcast all about Pantheon. And I am your host, Rake, along with Eddie G and Lynx. I have had a lot of experience playing Pantheon now. We've been playing for several months together. We're on the Veils of Zaris server, and we all have a lot of fun at the game. And we're here today to talk to you a little bit how fun the game is and talk a little bit about the new upcoming patch that's coming out on the 11th, the Ashbreathers. And tonight joining us is Eddie G and the Lynx. Why don't you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves?
Well, I'll go first. First of all, I love the game. Let me just profess my love for the game. And I usually gauge how much I love the game by how much I'm addicted to the game.
Yeah.
And we all spend many hours in a day playing this game. I started EverQuest way back when. I was the original EverQuest player. I played it till probably Planes of Power, and then I quit. Then later played Lord of the Rings Online, then a little bit of Rift. But then I heard about this game, Pantheon, that was being developed, and I was like, oh, I can't wait for this game. And it's been like 5 or 6 years. I had to wait.
Cool.
Yeah. In total, it probably was 12. By the time I caught on to it, it was probably,
Right.
5 or 6 years ago. And I've been hooked ever since. I love the game. I love the EQ feel. There is an EQ feel to this. And really, the addiction level is through the roof. So a fairly seasoned veteran, but now re-entering the MMO world via Pantheon. So I originally was on Black Moon. I leveled to 39 on a rogue, and now I've done the same on the new server. So that's basically where I am as far as the Eddie G update goes and about myself.
Great. So, Lynx, why don't you give us a little bit of an introduction? Who are you, Lynx? Who's this guy over here? Who's this man?
I'm Lynx. I played Monk till like 34 that first season. It ended. Started the next season, which was the beginning of this one. Played Monk again. I managed to grind my face off because I was addicted.
Don't be humble. Tell them what the truth is.
As far as I'm aware, I got world first 50 Monk. The name is Karate.
That's right.
Anybody's wondering, this is me. Ran out a bit of content. Heard about our server that we're currently on, starting brand new, fresh, new economy, new people, new faces, new names.
Now, how do we pronounce our server? I'm a little confused. I mean, no one's actually come out and gave a pronunciation. I mean, I know we hate to use Google as a pronunciation tool because apparently it's not real English, according to some people. I don't know. Well, how do you pronounce it, Rake? How would you mentioned it earlier?
I believe.
Okay.
What was it?
I believe it's Veils of Zaris.
I mean, that sounds good to me. Veils.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think that's the correct pronunciation, but I mean, I could be wrong.
Now, what
I
about
haven't
you?
actually heard it say it.
What about you, Rake? What's your background as far as what you've played?
I played EverQuest to an extraordinary addiction for quite a long time, many years. Probably since '99, and I have played progression servers and live on and off. I also played a lot of World of Warcraft, and as the game's designers really say that this is a child of EverQuest and Warcraft. So, I mean, the two games that I have an extraordinary amount of experience in, I found this game kind of because of that. And I can definitely say that this game is very much like an EQ 2025. It's less Warcraft and more EverQuest. So it's a much more kind of hardcore feeling that Pantheon has. And I like that about it. And my history in gaming is more along the lines of going as hardcore as you can. So trying to be in the top end guilds, not always being server first on everything, but completing all the content and all the progressions, everything from vanilla and Kunark and Velios. We did it all. And I really liked it for a long time. I played almost every class in those games and really enjoyed it. But I can honestly say I think Pantheon has got a je ne sais quoi to it that is really hard to define right now. It's an excellently structured game in the sense that it marries that fast action per minute and that slow grind together in a way that I didn't really think could be, because when you're playing it, it doesn't seem as intuitive as like Warcraft is, with all these constant tool tips and everything, because there's no map in Pantheon, and I really like that feature now. I thought I hated it in the beginning, and I thought, well, how am I ever going to navigate? I'm always lost in a lot of these video games.
I hate people like that.
There's a
who gets
GPS
lost
add-on
in
that
these
people do use, though.
I know
Yeah,
it's
there
right.
is add-ons that you could use.
Map.
But I love the open world and the
Yeah.
fact you have to discover your way around the world. You need to be able to maneuver it, and
Absolutely.
and that has been that's been a challenge for me. But I also get satisfaction after I've learned it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when it was the first day even, and you start in that Barrow Dark, and they give you that quest to go find the well at Foreman Aldrius, and it took me forever to find that guy. Where could this guy be? He wasn't even, and I find the exit to the cave, and I realize, wow, that's the actual world. I thought the world was just this damn cave. And
Yes,
that sense of like mystique and wonder is available in Pantheon, and you can't get in games like Warcraft. People have been there and done that 100 times, and the magic of mystery is spoiled in a lot of these bigger MMOs. Pantheon offers that romanticism of small game communities, smaller development teams where they respond and things. It really has a sense of community to it. And the player base in Pantheon, and I think that both of you would agree with me, is much, much better than a lot of these modern MMOs that are filled with millions of people. Everybody's willing to help. We're all looking to just have fun in the game, and we're not trying to make this some kind of a rat race. And I think that that's really a quality of Pantheon that is overlooked by many of the people that would maybe see the game on Steam and just bypass it. This is something that's got good players, it's got friendly people, and it's got an ambitious development team that really is going to try. I feel like wants to put out a product that people want to play. And I don't know if you guys would agree on all that, but I think that that's kind of the solid of it.
Well, I think you're pretty spot on there. I mean, whatever server I've been on, I started on Lucent Tree, went to Black Moon, and the people are very helpful. I think it's also because the game attracts a lot of old EQ players.
Yeah.
And more, dare I say, more mature, although we were very immature when we play as well. I mean, it's a game. So, I definitely see that. And all of the things you pointed out are spot on. I mean, it does the grind, without absent of any raids, it's still very super attractive.
There's a lot to explore.
There's a lot
of environments, different scenes. The world's huge. It's not even remotely close to complete. You can see the whole scope of it if you look at the Shazam website. You can see what's available and what's not. And we're not even talking about things that are in zones that are not visible to the eye just traveling through the zone. You could go by a dungeon entrance and not even know that. Look at a place like HC. It's huge. Whoever developed that, whoever worked on that, it's pretty impressive. There's
kudos to
lower half, there's the upper half. It doesn't feel like you're always in the same spot. You don't feel like it's like you're walking down the whole dungeon path.
When we started, it's like that. Yeah.
There's a lot of
Balinor were on.
Who is Balinor, by the way, Rake?
Balinor is our very, very great friend here, who is our production assistant. That is
Balinor?
I don't think I can do that. That's the new
sounds like Balinor's being summoned.
I have a terrible heart.
I know.
He's our wonderful production assistant that is running everything behind the scenes. We could do nothing without him. He is our healer. He is our production manager. He is our good friend, and he is the source of many of our best dad jokes. So we can't really live without him.
Yeah.
Now, Balinor, I have been friends with Balinor for 3-4 years now, and this guy exclusively plays clerics because all he wants to do is take care of his friends.
Yes, he's a great guy. I mean, so far. This is the big whoop.
Big news, everybody.
This is it. I mean, this This is that the fans of Pantheon have been screaming for new content. And it's here. It's here, ladies and gentlemen.
Please.
Finally.
Thank the
2 days.
Lord. Praise be. Praise Lord Terminus or whatever. I don't know. But the Ashbreathers is here, guys. This looks fantastic. I guess I'll open it up. What do you guys think? First of all, what have they said officially?
So it looks like we're going to be introduced to a new sets of content ranging from the 35 to 45 level range. And there's going to be an outdoor section inside of Silent Plains and an indoor section that's called the Enclave. And some of it is viewable right now if you go into Silent Plains, as you can kind of see in our background here. This is one of the new NPC models that are there. And they all seem to be around centered around this fire-breathing kind of lava-based enemy. And from one of the peaks that we have seen from VR in the Pantheon Discord is that there's going to be all kinds of new models into there. This is a large-looking dungeon that's almost akin to the size of Halnir's Cave. And if it is even half the size of Halnir's Cave, we are all in for a serious treat. In this, we kind of expect to see more than just the same models and same things over and over. We're hoping, at least, to see some kind of new mechanical changes, maybe some new affixes where the mobs have a bigger sense of a power-up. You know, maybe they'll have something that they're immune to fire or immune to some sort of a thing, or have a sensitivity even to cold. They're going to be all kinds of unexpected things. And we're really here today to speculate about that. And I know that there's a lot of lore and there's a lot of things that we can talk about, but one thing that I was kind of wondering about is, do you guys think that the new glyphs are going to be available for this? Because we've got glyphs for Hangor to mitigate the frost and frigid damage. So I'm thinking there's going to be glyphs inside the Enclave that we're going to have to buy. What do you guys think?
You go, Lynx.
Okay, I'm just going off of what I've seen in the game. Right now, there's already an NPC. I think it's in Thronefast. Is that where he is, or is it in the AVP?
Yeah, he's in
Scribes and Thronefast. Yep.
Okay, you have to go through the quest line for the quill. If you complete the quill quest, you do a little bit of fetch, a little bit of search, a little bit of find, a little bit of delivery. He gives you access to the vendor portion of him when he sells you those glyphs. He does sell you both frigid, which is pretty much all you use for Hangor, and he still sells it. Was it the poison or toxic, which was originally meant for HC?
Yeah. Now, HC, you told me because you've played many more. You played the early seasons.
Yeah.
Was under a different title. What was it called? Nox or something?
Something like that. It might be Noxious.
Noxious?
Yeah.
Maybe Noxious. Right. If you go in there now, if you hang out near the entrance, when you zone in, hang out in the entrance long enough, if you move near the wall, certain areas, it'll trigger, and you'll see the animation on your screen. You have like a little green,
you'll have that green
smoggy, toxic. Yeah, and I don't remember if it does you damage anymore, but probably not. But that's like the remnants, and for whatever reason they removed it. Oh, okay. So I haven't been in there for long enough at the entrance.
I think it's the crystals that you stand on.
That makes sense, actually.
I stand on them when I'd feign death on them, for instance, on top of getting chased by those little baby spiders that everyone. You feign death on top of those, and you'll start taking extra damage from the toxic environment.
Oh, wow.
Jeez. So, okay. Well, there you go.
Yep.
So I guess it was for that originally, but for whatever reason, they removed it. Maybe it was too challenging for people of lower level, or because they have their reasons.
Yeah.
The question is, will they next element to that vendor, and you'll have to do another quest line to unlock them? Because he has extra tabs at his inventory window, like when he sells. They're locked. There's like 4 other tabs.
Oh, okay.
So
now isn't the quest line broken for that? You get access to the vendor, but isn't there like you can go further on with the quest? Like you have to pick up a book in one of the these guys are experts. I'm kind of I play a lot, but I'm certainly not in the same realm of information these gentlemen are. But isn't there like there's a further quest line?
Yeah, I think it does progress. I think there's at a point where you have to go pick up like a
book?
bag with a crystal in it. That's
I remember that part. I did that on the other server.
I think there might even be a part that's linked to Mad Run too.
Okay, so right now you're thinking we're speculating that there's going to be some glyphs incorporated with that.
I don't know if there'll be a brand new NPC in that dungeon or the entrance or the beginning of it or somewhere else in the trenches, or if they're just going to give it all back to this guy and be like, yeah, whatever. Like, it's just the next part. Talk to him, progress it, unlock the tab, purchase it, and go. Who knows? I would rather it be a fresh new NPC in that region to attract more people to that region, to bring more attention to it.
Yes, because that region is very empty. I mean, there's a lot. There is a town, right? Is it one or two towns in Silent Plains?
Two.
There's two in Silent Plains.
Yeah, there's one that we call like the Flying City because it's up in this weird configured like rock structure.
Really cool design.
Beautiful design. Love it. It's got a big old windmill type of structure in it.
Right. Yeah, I've been up
elevator from the ground level all the way up. And then there's one by the docks over south. I think it's the south corner. It has a docks. It has NPCs, vendors. It looks like a fort, almost like the old fort that you go to at the Godai Fort, but this is full of like friendly NPCs.
Yep.
Trainers.
Yeah, I mean, it's not totally finished of a city, but it's you can see the bones of it are there, and there's going to be a lot of stuff to it. There's crafting things there. There is NPCs to buy different crafting materials. I think there's even a bank there.
Mm-hmm. The floating city has a bindstone too, so you can be within the same zone.
How far
there for a
Druid Rings is also an SP. Get your druids ready.
Yeah,
Silent Plains.
I already got mine ready.
How far from the main city, what we'll call the Windmill City, are the trenches and the Enclave?
Runnable distance. It's not that far. It's pretty close actually. It's probably maybe a 4 or 5 minute run. Now that's speculation because I don't really know where the entrance to this Enclave is going to be because there's the outdoor version of it where those trenches are, and we've actually got some footage from when we went over there. Tested those out for a little bit.
Oh, I want to see that.
They are relatively difficult enemies.
Yeah, relative. I'm very excited to see this video.
Yeah.
Oh, just to clarify, the city we keep guessing it's called Sky Durban.
Sky what?
That's Sky Durban.
Sky Durban.
D-I-N. Yeah. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm seeing it based on the shows on the map. Yeah.
Okay.
That's considered the main settlement. And the port of the, I guess, southeast region would be called Port Rulun. R-U-L-U-N.
Aren't there some NPCs like tribesmen down there that have similar names like Rule and Ruah?
Oh yeah, there's the Rule, like the Rulu Ebu, the Ebul Rulus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is there a connection?
I
don't know if there's a connection between.
There's another point of interest too. That's relatively.
We need more lore, Pantheon.
Yeah.
We want to know the backstories. That's We really are interested in that.
There's also the Halfling Workshop. That's another point of interest. But there's no inhabitants, no NPCs, no mobs. There's mobs within the area, but not actually in that spot.
Yeah. And what's interesting about that too is that it's got the reminiscent backgrounds and environment of Wild's End, which is where the halflings are from.
Right.
According to game lore, the halflings and gnomes and I think it was the Scar are all about only 250 years old. They're the most recent of the races, and I guess it must have something to do with each other. Why that halfling workshop is in Silent Plains? They must have made it that way, I'm guessing.
All right, everyone shut up and let's have him roll the video.
So the footage we have here is of the graveyard, which is located in Thronefast. We spend a lot of time there grinding mobs, let me tell you. Pretty difficult mobs when you're at lower level. They do a lot of life tapping and stuff like that. But it's a rather interesting little dynamic they have set up, as there is a day-night cycle there, and the mobs do change level and change mob types. And they kind of get much more difficult, as any real undead ruins do. And as you can see kind of here on the video streams, we're fighting some of the daytime mobs. And there's some interesting lore questions and stuff surrounding these undead ruins that we've all been speculating about. You know, what is the purpose of it? Why do we even call this camp the graveyard? There are no graves, there are no tombstones. All there is undead. So it's kind of something we've been spitballing back and forth. I know both of you had your own ideas about that too.
Well, we have noticed that this, for the lack of a better word, this totem or this statue has been popping up. It's been popping up all around the world in undead areas, certain ruins.
Yep.
So we don't know what it means, but it definitely seems to be tied to it. And we were also discussing the purple motif that follows these undead ruins. What do you guys think about the purple I don't know, atmosphere
I like the
areas?
idea behind it. I really like that it's this dynamic change that gives you this sense of mysticism where you're like, ooh, I'm fighting something different now. But you know, the way that it actually works when you're panning the camera on occasion, I don't love it. If I make it, it makes it seem disorienting sometimes. Maybe there's like a happy medium we could find somewhere. It's a little bit jarring when you're trying to like look for pulls and you're scanning from daytime to purple.
Or if you're a rogue and you're always looking for that proper position.
Oh, right.
My gosh.
It does make our spell effects look particularly cool though when we're in this.
Yes. I will also say the models for the Shrieks are fantastic.
Yeah.
They're probably the best models in the game, in my opinion.
Really well done. And, you know, they're
really
fun
well
mobs
done.
too, because you can't, like, as far as kind of like in the weeds here, this camp, this is one of those camps where anybody in the group with an interrupt or a stun or a knockdown, you really got to pay attention to that, because if they get the siphon life off, their little life tap attack, I mean, they'll complete heal themselves. And if you've got 3 of them in camp, and each of them are just chain complete healing, you will never kill that 3 mobs. And no matter how good of a gear you are, no matter how well coordinated you are, you have to get it. And that puts an element of a degree of challenge to this type of an encounter, which I like when we're doing higher level content.
Yes. And this is, I can't believe that on Black Moon I was pugging this. You know, and it was just kind of assumed until you got burned like 4 or 5 times. Oh, listen, we have to coordinate interrupts on this. And you know, we basically use comms, so it's a lot easier. But I can imagine, I don't even know how we got it done.
I can't imagine.
Want to share a pro tip with these viewers?
Sure, go ahead, man. That's what we're here for.
Give us a
If you
pro
have
tip.
a lovely person like Balinor handy, a cleric, you can bubble the tank during that lifesteal attempt and counter it.
Yes, you can.
If you don't have the interrupts, if they're not reliable, if you're distracted, you're down a man.
Yeah, they'll take that out in the next patch. Thanks.
Wow.
Oh, it's okay. It's fine. No, but that is a pro tip.
That's definitely a good pro tip.
You bubble the tank and it negates the siphon life. Is that correct?
Not only clerics, some other classes have other bubbles too, even the monk.
Dire Lord.
Dire Lord.
Ah.
Yep.
Yeah, the monks have a magic absorb too.
Yeah, chi shield.
What's your theories on this? The whole undead thing here with these ruins seem to have some kind of collaboration with thematically and both with this statue. Any ideas?
I hope there is a big bad boss connected to all of them.
Yeah.
Right? Like a force.
I definitely get the sense of corruption when you go to these places. Like if you look at this area surrounding it, you know, you've got green grass and stuff like around here, but look at the trees and stuff around it. They're dead. You know,
they're scary looking too. Look at that.
Yeah. and there's ruins on all of these. Like this was definitely not just a simple graveyard. This was a set of ruins that was something perhaps grander. And I know that there are other towers in Thronefast and other places that there's a possibility that these undead ruins were once a tower of some sort. And this lich, this boss here that we fight, was he formerly some kind of like a wizard? Was he one of those? Like, was he a remnant of the Revenants? Was he part of that war wizards that they talked about, that there were only 5 or 6 of total? I mean, I don't really know the lore of Pantheon as well as I should, but there's a lot of questions that we all have, especially about stuff like this.
Right. And the drastic change between day and night as far as the difficulty of the mobs is it's really, and
it's
this
literally
is
day and night.
Even
day
the
and
mob
night. That's right.
The mob types themselves also change.
Yep, the models, the mob
shrieks.
types, the difficulty, the level, everything.
Yeah, you won't have the same zombies or skeletons during the day as you do at night. The shrieks are only spawned at night.
And what would you guys say is a good level to go there at during the day? What's minimum level?
I'm trying to think back. I think 32, 34.
Yeah, 32-ish maybe.
I think we can get away with the day. But then when nighttime hits, what are you going to do if you can't hit them? We sit out nighttime and then resume in the day. You probably could go there. Healers probably can get away with being there a little bit earlier than
33.
You're just not going to hit. You're not going to hit.
Yeah, I mean, even with high accuracy, like I know Lynx rocks a real lot. What do you have? 20% accuracy, 17%?
Yeah, around there. Yeah. I'd say closer to 17 right now.
Yeah, and it's pretty difficult to kind of get everything, kind of get yourself in there when you are like 34, 35, especially if you're like a melee class and you're low on hit rating. You're just going to miss all day. And like we said, if you are going there during the day, you could get away with a little bit lower of a level. But when it turns to nighttime, the undead that are there are going to be very challenging. However, the spiders that are there and the bats that are there persist through the nighttime. So you could actually stay there throughout the night and just limit yourself to spiders and bats.
And we could not. The experience here is phenomenal.
It is.
It really, if you want to spend 8 hours, again, we spend a long time grinding. I mean, you spend a good 6-8 hours here. You may wind up getting a level. I mean, I don't know exactly how it breaks down, but
it's not exciting, and it doesn't.
No, it's a grind.
You need good company. And
you do.
Some sort of a distraction to keep your mind busy.
Yeah.
Stay focused. Don't let them get that full heal off.
Yep.
And if the name pops, be on your toes.
Yeah. What does the name drop?
The name has 2 drops, actually. He drops.
Do we know the pronunciation? I have no idea what this name is. He's got some crazy name. He looks like a Sith Lord to me. I don't know.
Well, he's definitely some sort of a lich or something to that effect. I don't know. I don't know how his name is properly pronounced. It begins with a V, though. I know that.
So what does he drop? And what ability?
2 items.
What kind of abilities does he have? I'm sorry.
So he drops 2 items. He drops a fell spike, which is a spear that is usable by several classes, and it is largely considered best in slot. High damage weapon, low delay, lots of great stats on it. And he also drops very rarely, I think it's called a dusty shawl or a silk covered shawl, and it is a caster, intelligence, charisma, and maybe dodge.
Dark silk shawl.
Dark silk shawl. There you go.
2 agility, 3 intelligence, 3 charisma, 3 magic resist, 3 curse resist, 13 armor, cloth. It's pretty high.
And I've seen Dire Lords roll on that.
Yeah.
And is that class restrictions? Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. So, like, I've seen a Dire Lord roll on that. Would you say there was a caster in the group? Would you, in your opinion, have any objections to? Say it was a pug. Let's not say it's a guild group, because that's a whole different dynamic. You think it's appropriate for? You think it's appropriate? Yeah.
For a Dire Lord, absolutely. It's an intelligence-based item, and most good Dire Lords that I've seen have largely intelligence-based builds. and because of the life tap increase, because of a number of other abilities that are scaled off of intellect. And this is a rare item, and it's the shoulder slot item is a really difficult item slot to fill, especially with something really good. So I mean, I think that this is definitely viable to roll on as a Dire Lord. Even if you're within a guild group, I would have no problem with one of our guild Dire Lords wanting to roll on it.
You can also drop the Ever Frozen Skull, which is confusing to me because it's
Really?
a +10 frigid environment resistance, and this is
guy
not
can't do
Hangor.
Yeah, I have never seen that drop.
According to Shalazam,
All right.
We've seen what, half a dozen spell spikes though?
pretty common. That is his common drop.
Yeah.
He also has an inactive drop, which used to be the Black Onyx Ring, which was -1 stamina, +10 spell crit chance, and 125 mana.
You know, interestingly, this boss here has a plague-based spell that we need to interrupt and is communicable. So when you get it on you, you will transmit it and contaminate your fellow group mates with it, and it will keep happening like a loop. And that also happens with Zarek. He casts the same type of frost plague type spell.
Who
And
also drops
both of these
Frozen
mobs dropping a skull that that's in a relic slot that casts the same type of dot. There's a pattern there, I think.
Right. And Zarek's in Hangor, correct?
Right.
He's the
Zarek is in Hangor.
right, yeah. And this boss has several. Now that I was in the group when we got hit with that
plague.
plague.
The plague.
That's got to be interrupted usually, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
If
And then,
possible.
what do we have to spread out? Because I remember you guys saying, "Elwood, spread out." You know, like
Absolutely.
Eddie, get out of the way.
There's like basically think of it like a contaminated pulse. So I don't know how often it triggers, like every 1 second maybe. Any player that is standing next to you will become infected with the dot that you have, and it does about 40 damage a tick. So it's not something that's going to kill you right away, but after, several ticks of you sitting there, you will just rot away, and you need to be within at least like a good 20-foot range from each other for you to stop kind of reinfecting each other. It's like a terrible form of COVID.
If it ticks, it refreshes the duration. So
Yeah.
it gets to be annoying quick.
Yeah. Every time it refreshes on you, it'll go back to the maximum duration, which I think is 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And he has another the Call of the Lich as well. That
Yeah,
needs
he's
to be
got
interrupted.
one where he summons ads, and unlike Zarek and unlike some of the other ones that summon these temporary skeletons, these are actually chevrons. So if he gets that spell off twice in a fight, you're dealing with 4 or 6 additional chevron ads on top of the boss. So
Wow.
it can be rough.
Do we want another pro tip?
Yeah.
Give it the pro tips. Give them.
If you got proper CC, Enchanter, or whomever else, if you can CC those ads for long enough, just a few seconds, maybe 10, 15 or so, maybe a little bit more, they can despawn.
Yep. They will always despawn. They only have a certain lifespan they live. Even if you kill the boss, they will persist for about 15 seconds.
Yep.
But you can kind of kite them around, run them around, and they'll just kind of disappear on their own. But usually that's pretty hard to do.
Yeah. It's tricky.
It is.
Gotta trust your
This
tech.
is a hard camp. Whether or not, I mean, we're very complacent with it, but this is a difficult camp.
Yes. Yeah. And also the spawn rate is, you're not guaranteed to spawn at nighttime.
Yeah.
Is a whole mechanic with the placeholder, right? You have to.
Yeah, it's a fickle mechanic, and what is it? It's at 1900. He get the nighttime occurs, and there will be a replacement of all these. They'll change from skeletons and zombies to shrieks and stuff, and the placeholder is right in front of that totem. So the boss who we're fighting here, and as you can see on the screen, at the time he spawns right in front of that pillar. He has a chance to spawn every time it's nighttime. And if you're fast enough, as a little pro tip, you can kill him once at the top of nighttime, and you'll have enough time for them to respawn and get a second chance.
You can see his little skeleton ads right there.
Right there, yep.
There you go. Look at that.
Oh, there you go.
Tailbone skeletons.
Yep.
And on top of that, you have local mobs that could be spawning during the night cycle transition.
Right. And that
Between
makes
hours 21 to 22.
We have definitely wiped during that boss fight before. And it's concerning, too, because if you wipe on him and it's like 4 a.m. and you know he's going to despawn in 2 game hours and you all wipe, you're like, well, we're not going to get another
You're
chance.
not going to get him. It's over.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
and that doesn't mean he'll come back next cycle because he didn't
Right.
kill him. He's
Right.
gone.
He'll just despawn as soon as it becomes daytime.
Sucks.
Yeah. It's again, we've got it down to a pretty good science. We've done it as a team. We've done it on other servers, but it's a very tough camp.
It is.
And it's grueling. You know, I don't even know how I pugged it, because
I don't know how you did either.
having people in Discord and talking, and it makes the time go fast. And at level 40, you're going to do like 15%, experience per hour.
That's good. 50%
I mean, you
an
got
hour
that.
at that level is great.
It's great, but again, it's some work. It's some work.
Don't ignore the bats.
Don't ignore the bats,
can
right?
really mess up your melee classes.
Absolutely. Well, even the casters, they mess up because, I mean, the hit rating affects them too.
Right. And, you guys certainly know the order of which to kill first because they help the mobs, these what you would probably think is inconsequential mobs, but they add debuffs and, they can hurt you as well.
And we'll do another little pro tip here we've noticed repeatedly, and I don't know if this will be patched soon or not, but this Lich here, the boss of the graveyard, almost exclusively never spawns with an affix, meaning that he never spawns with anything like Iron Will or Resistant or Armored or anything like that. And if you've got a Dire Lord in your group, you can Call of the Dire, this boss, and not trivialize the fight, but you can shave a good 5 to 10 seconds of time that he's not hitting you on. So you get a little bit of a lead on him if you got a Dire Lord in the party.
What if you had 2 in a group?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. 2 Dire Lords. Yeah, and we've never had that before, but it can happen.
Now, what is an affix? I just recently learned that.
Yeah. That's anything that comes with the mob when he's spawned. Like, for instance, you'll see under his nameplates, you'll see little titles like the mob is Iron Will, the mob is Armored, the mob is Resistant, he's a Spell Slinger, he's a Spell Nullifier, all kinds of little different things, and they each have a negative effect on how you're going to be trying to kill the mob. If it's Armored, your melee DPS is going to be doing a lot less damage. If he's Resistant, your casters are going to be doing less damage. And you have to really...
he never has one? Never has one?
Yeah, this guy never has them for some reason. I don't know why. But
it might be a bug.
It might be an oversight, or they might have just been kind to us and said, this is a really hard boss that will life tap the crap out of you. So let's make it so he's doable for now.
But all the trash spawns will have
rare to spawn.
And it's very important to clear everything around him before you.
Yes.
You don't want these ads, lingering around.
Unless you're short on time and you don't want him to despawn.
Yeah, you can take the risk and pull a few, and hopefully you can kill him and a few ads. Because if you pull him and you get, say, 2 shrieks, and you don't kick his little summon for his extra skeletons, your party is in a world of hurt.
Right.
Really.
As our friend Ank says, you got to respect this camp.
Yeah.
You really have to respect it. And, like all camps, you really have to respect. But this one especially. Again, it looks easy, but it's not. You gotta this. We make it look easy, but it's quite difficult. You have to do it a lot.
Once you get into a rhythm, though, you trust your teammates. You're comfortable with your class. You do all the things. You can literally just turn your brain off for the most part, as long as you know what you're supposed to do and when to do it.
All right, so yeah, that's kind of what we've been talking about this evening, trying to give everybody an idea of what Pantheon is and a little bit more into the weeds on some of the higher level content and some of the stuff that we might be speculating on with this new update coming out that everybody's so excited for. I know that our guild is very excited. I know all the other guilds that we've spoken to in the server, everybody's really excited for it, even though it's not lower level content. We're hoping there's going to be lots of sweeping changes for the classes. And honestly, all of us couldn't be more excited about this type of things. We've been waiting for it for so long now.
Come back. Come back for content, folks. Come back.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are excited. I mean, I'm in some discords from other other servers, and they're starting to come alive again. And people are like, oh yeah, it's coming. Like, you coming back? And they're like, oh, I stopped at 39. I stopped at 38 or something. This is a great reason to come back. It's going to be
Great reason to come back.
And for you craftsmen out there, a guy like to craft, maybe there'll be new resources in this zone. You know, we talked about possibly like lava rocks, tier 4 crafting. I mean, it's a great reason to come back. I'm super excited. I basically shelved all day Wednesday to play this game.
So many new bosses. If you're into pixels, you want that fat loot.
Yes.
Could be more chests for all you rogues out there.
More chests for the rogues. The level 1 rogues will be in Silent Plains.
Anyone with Invis, I'm sorry.
Anyone with Invis.
I'm inclusive.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm pretty good at it because I just die. But, you know, I just get pretty far.
Wow.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
This is the stuff we talk. Well, what's going on?
I said skill issue.
I'm not the best, then, you know.
Nah, come on.
You'll find. We're going to clear a path to get you all your loot, sir.
That's right.
That's all I need.
Yeah. So I'm very excited. I can't wait. I love Pantheon. This game to me is it could be on a parallel of how I felt in 1998-9 when I started playing EQ. The mystery there is there. The addiction is there.
Yeah.
Even my wife is playing this at a phenomenal pace and a phenomenal time. She doesn't have a lot of free time, but she's getting old to Pantheon. So we're looking forward to it, progressing.
Yeah. And it's the mystery, the magic, the romanticism and stuff that you got in those original days of EQ. And when, we talk about it as though it's like the good old days. And, I feel like we've got it again here with what VR has done. And we all critique, we all get mad at things. Oh, why did this mob aggro me like this? This is stupid. But that's really what's building it. That builds the character. And you really feel like you have gotten accomplished on this character because of how long it takes to get there and the journey that you take with your guild. Because this game is all about the community, man. You can't do anything alone, and you can't do it. It's not fun to do it alone, even if you could. So
no, I don't understand it. Their mission statement in the beginning, at least for when I was to get people to group.
Yes.
And that you can choose to solo, you can choose to box, whatever. But really, the game is designed for a community, right? Yeah, exactly, Lynx. I mean, your final thoughts on today's discussion and the overall direction of Pantheon?
Community, meeting new people, sharing experiences with new people, figuring things out, communicating, just exploring new things, sharing input, giving feedback to make this game potentially better than it already is. Help bring it up. Don't always bring it down. If you want to be constructive with your criticism, be constructive. Be patient. Yeah. We all know it's been a long time, but we can't go back. We can go forward.
Right.
We can't go back. We can think about what happened in the past. We can learn from our mistakes. Just try to make it a better place. Because you want to enjoy it. He wants to enjoy it. The other man over there wants to enjoy it.
Yeah.
The lady that may be back there wants to enjoy it. I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy it with you guys.
Let's all chant. I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy it. Just I enjoy it now. It only can get better, as far as I'm concerned.
Live in the moment a little.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to be optimistic that the groundwork has been laid, and you just got to be patient. But I know in today's world, people aren't patient. They'll flip to whatever the newest game that comes out. But right now, I believe in this game. It's got me. So even with, and I'm going to say, I'll be bluntly honest. I mean, there are some things that need to be fixed. First of all, the steps going from AVP to Thronefest.
Yeah.
We fix those steps, ladies and gentlemen.
Please, let's get a mason in there one day and just get a little bit of concrete, place it on there so I can auto run to Thronefest.
It's enough to trip a halfling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. So
fix it.
It's been awesome with you guys. This is our first show, and I think it went fantastic.
Yeah.
Having a blast.
Click, subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe, guys.
Up.
Get it going, your notifications, so you're notified when we do a
Smash that
show.
like button.
Yes, click a button. And a thumbs up emoji too. Give that the thumbs up. You know, they all say this at the end of every podcast. Like us,
Yeah.
subscribe, blah, blah, blah. But do it. Hey,
Do it.
what do you got to lose?
Exactly. And you know what? Hey, VR, we love you and keep up the good work.